Welcome everyone to Microsoft Access Database tutorials with me Ahmed, and this time we will be continuing our inventory database as we have started creating this one from scratch. Until now we have created these forms here. Let's check them one more time, one by one from the start. So the first one was supplier search for. Here you can see all records for supplier, and we can select any one of them and edit it if we need it. So it shows us the current record, selected record here on the supplier. So I can change it, then save it, or I can delete the whole record here, or I can go for adding more supplier, new supplier from this button. So it would be turned into blank to get a new values for a new supplier. So this supplier for, and the same way we have here customer search form, shows us all customers. We can select any one of them this way. So this form shows us a single record per time for each customer. So we can change values if we need, or we can go for creating a new customer from here, or we can delete the current record if we need this. And the same way, the last one was the product search here. So it shows us our products with all details. We have the product name, its unit, and two types of prices, which is purchasing and sale prices. We can edit them from its own form here, which is opened from editing. So I can edit these values if I need, or I can delete it, or I can go for adding a new product if I need. So this is it for now. So from now, for this time, I will continue to create more forms to our database here. So this time we will continue from the order table, and for this table we have two types, which are purchase and sale. So we will deal with our queries here, the purchase order query and sale order query. So I will start from the purchase order. So I would create another form by copying any one of these searching forms here. So for example, I would select the product search to create my new form. I would copy this one. Let's change its name. It would be D4 purchase search. Okay, now let's open this one. Now we have to change this one into our purchase order form. So first of all, we just change the title here from product to purchase order. Fine. I can make it wider to show the whole title of this one. This way. And then I need to change the values down here. So these fields belong to the previous form of product search. So I would delete all of them except for just one field to copy the formats from it. So for now I'll go for select the whole form, go to data, and from here record source, I'll change this one to purchase order query, which I want. So I would get its fields from here, add existing fields. Now it shows me the current fields on this query. So I would select all of them by clicking on Shift button from the keyboard. So I would drag all of them here, down here, under the detail section. Now we don't need these labels, so we can remove them. Now we should match our formats from this from this old feed here. So I would select this one, go up here from format and format painter, double click on it to make it continuous. So I would select these fields here one after one to copy to match all formats in one time, just like this. Now we don't need this product ID anymore, so we can remove this one now for now. Now let's organize our new fields here up here one by one. So this one is order ID, is just a number, so it's not that big. So this width is enough for it. Here the order type. What is the order type? The order type I can show it here for you from purchase order. It shows me purchase for purchase order, and it shows me sale for sale order. By default, when I'm opening the purchase order, it only shows me purchase for order type. So this field would always will always be purchase. So I don't need to see it. So I can hide it for now. I will remove this from my current form. I don't need to show it because its value is known by default, which is purchase order. Okay. After this, I would add my order date. It has time and date, so it could be larger. Just let's make it wider. And after that, we have contact ID, which refers to just to the supplier list. Here I have just suppliers for this field on purchase order. When I'm purchasing order, I am purchasing products from a supplier. Then I would apply a sale order and deal with just the customer. So for now I am on purchase order form, so in contact ID it would be supplier values. So we have just 3 fields here, so I would remove these ones. They are not required for us. I would just change the label's name here up here. This one would be the order ID. Order ID. The other one, order date. Order date. And the last one, it says here contact ID. This is the real value of that field, but the value that would be shown on the form after finishing all the design. It would be the text of the supplier. It would be the name of the supplier. So I need to rename this one as supplier, not contact ID, because this is important for the user. Now I am the designer of the program, so this is the real value, but the user would see here the supplier name. So I would name this one as supplier for the user. Okay, now let's move these fields to the center of the form to make it looks better. Yeah. Now, as I added these new fields here, they are unlocked by default. If I select any one of them, if I go here for data tab, as you see here, locked is no. Why? Because this one is a new field on the current form. When I'm adding a new field to the form, it's unlocked by default. So I need to select all of them and go here for locked. I would make it yes. So it became locked for now. Now I can let's make it taller. Let's make it all the same height. So I would select all of them, right click, size, let's make it tallest. Yeah, just like this. Now I have this highlighting field here, this highlighting box. It shows us a new color for a different color for the current record. So it has its own code, which is located on the Format tab on Conditional Formatting. I will go here. So as you see, here is written, what is written is product ID. This one belongs to the previous form, which was the product search. So now we have to update this one for the current form, which would be, I would select this value and change it from down here by order ID. Yeah, just like this. Then I will hit OK and click OK again here. OK, and it's done. But it's not over yet, because we have to change another place for this one to make it work correctly. So the other place is on our VBA window. I will go there by Alt F11. As you see here, we have our forms here. So I will go for purchase search, the last one. It should be on current form, on current subroutine. I will look for current form, current. Yeah, this one here. So on this subroutine, is highlighting value was related to the product ID. So I'll change this one from product ID to order ID. As you see, as I have created, yeah. Yeah, as you see, as I have created the whole form here with all functions. So when I copy this form, I just change specific values to make it work for another table and another query. So it would be easier this time. So let's go back again. So this one became order IDs right for now, and we have one more field down here, which is also product ID. I'll change this one from product ID into order ID. Yeah, this would work fine. So a highlighting function is ready now. Let's close this area here. And let's try to open our form. Let's see what would happen. So it works fine for now, as we expected to have. Our form is ready for now. I have to change the search function here. It was still works for the previous form, which was the product. first of all, I have to change the values here on this list. So I will go back, select this combo box, go to the data tab, and from row source here, I will select this one, change it for the new values here. So I need to make it show the order ID. First of all, order ID, then order date and supplier. So these are the values that we need to show here. So, and default value, can select any one of them as we like. So let's make it, for example, order date. Okay. Now we need to change and edit our code for searching the current form. The current code is located here on this button by going to event on click. So when I click on that button, this code should work, should run, and for this one, it would apply the values down here on this subroutine. So this is subroutine that would be applied when we hit that search button. So we need to change this one for our current form. So first of all, let's go step by step. First of all, we have three values here. The first one was order ID, order date, order supplier. When I select order ID, I want to search this field, which is order ID without spaces. So I will select this one to search this one, and select this one to search this one. And the same, in the same way, I would select the supplier to search his contact ID. So I'm selecting the label to search the field, the real field here. So when I select order ID, I need the program to apply its filter on order ID, this one, without spaces. So as you see here, when we select order, the first one, order ID, I need the program to look for order ID. Okay. And the same way, when we select the order date, we need the program to look for order date, this one. And the last one would be supplier when we look for supplier, we need the program to look for what? To look for contact ID. Yeah. And we don't need the rest of these values of these cases. So I would remove these lines here. So the select lines are done here. So we have just three options for searching the current form. Order ID, I would search order ID or order date or supplier. So when I select order ID, the filter condition would be applied for order ID. But what would happen here, and this is our filter condition here, that what would be applied on the current form. So this value inside the main search field here, which is order ID, would be like anything typed on this variable. The search value, this is a variable which has a value, which was assigned a value from up here. Search value got its value from a text box on our form, which is this text box. So what I type here, it goes through our search value variable. Its name is here, which is text search value. So what I'm typing here is going through this one to be saved as search value variable. So it comes here, and this one could be searched on our current form. So the first one is okay. The second case here is for order date. Now we are searching a date. A date is different from a text. This one for a text, so it works fine. But for a date, we need to change this one. From like, I would make it equal. It would be equals. And here I would add a hash sign before the date. So the date would be here. So before the date I have a hash sign, and after the date I also have another hash sign. So it would be like this. So this one is for a date. And the last one is for supplier. Here we have another condition that needs to be edited. I would edit the whole code here, the whole line here. Why? Because I have supplier, but I'm searching the contact. I'm searching contact. No, I'm not searching the contact exactly. I am searching the contact ID. So this one should be contact ID. So when I select supplier, I use the program to search the contact ID. So for this one, I have another rule here. Why? Because the contact ID is a number. It's the auto number which is located on the main table of the contact, which is here. So the contact ID is this one, is this field. But what I'm dealing with is the supplier name, which is located on this field here, a text field. So as a user, I'm dealing with these values, but the program is running on this column. So I need to relate both columns on my code. So let's see how we're gonna make this work. So first of all, I have the whole code for this state on another database. So I will get this from here, so other one from this database. So here's our code. We will copy these lines and re-edit them on our new database step by step to explain all details on this one. So I would copy this one, go back again to my new database. So here for the supplier, I need to change this area as a new value. So I copied here another case, so I don't need this one. Okay, let's make it again. Let's say that this is our new case, the case name would be this one. So we can just select one of them and delete the other one. So I would delete this one and use the upper one, case supplier. Fine. Next, we have here another variable which is named as search results. This is a new one for my current database. So I need to add this one here as a new variable. So its name here, I would copy this one, copy, put it here, if add them, then them, Control V, as what type of data would be this one? This one would be a record set. It means it would show me records from table. Search results. This is a record set, so it would be DAO dot record set. So this is it. So we have defined our new variable here, and it's ready to be used, be applied. So let's go back again. Now I have set our search results. So it should select some records on a specific table. So here on the current database, I would open a record set which is would select a field on a specific table. So for this one, I need to look for what? I need to look for this number on this table where the value of the contact is equal to what? To the value applied here. So let's try to make these things together, to collect them together here on our code. So on this variable, I would look for the contact ID from its table. So I need to go here, copy this name, contact ID, go back again to the code page, paste it here. This is what I will be looking for. I would look for a contact ID from which table? From the contact table, this table. So I will close this one, rename it in order to copy its name. Then go back again, change the name of the table here. Okay. Now I have to make a specific condition for this record set. So it would look for contact ID, but where the contact value, I mean the contact field here, I would copy this one, this contact field would be like what? Would be like my search value, would be my search value. So here I would look for records from contact table, and I would look for just the contact ID from the table by adding a condition where the contact field is equal or similar to the search value, which is located here from our text box, searching box, text box on the current form. Yeah, this one, which is located here. So this is done here. So after that it should give me more than one record if I have similar names on that contact field. So if it gives me more than one record, I need to select all these and save all these records to filter all of them. So here I have a loop to apply all records into a new variable and add them to the filter. So here, if search results end of file, EOF means end of file. So it means if I'm searching a value, a contact value, which has no records, no contact ID on the table, in this case we would have no records, so it would be empty. So this time it would be end of file. It means we have no records. So in this case, it would show us a message box which would say no records found. So we wouldn't apply the filter in this case. So in this case, the filter would be turned off. But if we have search results already, if it's not empty, if we get records here for the current searching contact value, so it's not going through this if condition, so it would go directly down here to the loop, to this loop. So in this loop, what happens here? Up here I have records. I have contact ID values. These values would be assigned to the variable here, which is filter condition variable. This filter condition is equal to the previous filter condition if it's not empty. But if it's empty, they will be the same. There's no difference. So if it was empty, so the current filter condition value would be empty plus the value here plus equipment ID. So here I need to apply my new value, which is contact ID. I'm searching the current form for the contact ID field. So I'm using this one. Why? Because on my current form I have contact ID field. So this is my main field. I will copy this here. So my filter condition would be contact ID equals to what? To the value of search results, because search results is equal to the contact ID, but not just one value, but it has many values. The first contact ID, the second contact ID, until the last contact ID, if I have many of them. So here I'm assigning the first contact ID to that variable. So it would be search results dot feeds 0. So this is our first value. Okay. Then here we assign the first value for the first record, but we need to assign more records, so all records on this record set. So after this I will go to another record by go to move next and go back again to this loop. The filter condition would be equals to the previous value, which was the whole value here, plus it would get one more time of this value, but this time it would goes for another value. Now, for example, let's say on our current record set, the contact ID was 7. So I have contact ID equals 7. When I go to the next record, it would be something different than 7. It would be, for example, say 9. So it would be contact ID equal 7 and contact ID equal 9. So it would goes on like this. So it would repeat itself till it finishes all contact ID values. So here we have a loop to show all records. So in the end of this one, I would have, so this all for the loop. I know this is very complicated a little bit, so we can explain it from later in a simple way. So for now, let's try this one. Let's see if it's gonna work. For now, I just have one record. So if I write down supplier, select supplier and go for SU, for example, let's search this one. So it shows the same current record because I have just one record. It means that it's working for now. If I try to write down a value does not exist here, for example 2, let's say 2, so it shows no records found. It means that it didn't find any values, any records on the main table for the contact ID. So it returned this message box which says no records found. Okay, now it works fine. Okay, everything is done here. We can add one more record for this one, but before this we need to add the other form, which is editing form for this purchase order. So by the way, I need to change the name of this one as what? As purchase order search. This is our current form name. So the other form would be editing form. For example, I could copy this one, product form, and change it into our new form name, which will be D4B purchase order. Let's go and change this one. So here it would be purchase order purchase order and down here we need to change all these fields here. We don't need this anymore. So I would just leave one of them to copy the format from it. For example, let's leave the first one, which is product ID, and delete the other fields down here. So now I'll go to select the whole form then go to data tab, then from the record source I will change it into the current form, the current query, which is purchase order. Yeah, this one. Now I will add its fields from up here, add existing fields. Let's select all of them and add them to our form here. Okay, this time I will not remove the labels here, because on the single form the labels are next to each field, so I need to let them here next to each other. So let's copy the formats from this one, the previous one. So I would select the text box of this one, go to format, double click on format painter, then I would select all fields one after one, just this way. Okay, it's done now. Now I can delete, remove this previous one, then reorder our fields here. Let's make them size by widest and align to the right, and same way I will make them widest. They already aligned from both sides, so I can just increase its width this way. Yeah, can increase this a little bit, just this way. Now the order ID is fine, it's just an auto number. It's working automatically, there's no problem here. But order type, this is the most important thing here to deal with. So on purchase order, if I am adding a new purchase order, I want this value to be saved, to be added automatically as purchase. So this one would classify my orders, which one is purchase and which one is sale. So when I'm editing values for purchase order, I want this value to be automatically saved, edited and saved as purchase. So I will go here, select this one, go for data and look for default value. I will make this one purchase, just like this. Then order date, I will make it as now, but when I add a new order, I need the time to be updated. If I change anything on this order, I want the time to be updated. So let's look back again to our previous form and see how it worked here. So for example, let's go for purchase order and up here I have this one. If I add new order, it automatically shows me a new date and time, which is now value, the current date and time. Okay, we can make it by default. We can make it the same way. So for order date, I will go for default value and make it now, to make it show both date and time. And the contact ID row source, it shows all contacts on the on contact table. For example, I have customer, supplier, customer, supplier. I have all of them, but I don't want it to work this way. I just want to show my suppliers, just suppliers. I don't need customers here because I am on purchase order for now. So I will go here on, I will get contact type from this one. Unselect this one. I will just add a criteria here. Its type would be supplier. Supplier. Now if I try this one, it should just show me supplier values, just like this. Okay, yeah, it's fine for now. So we have just suppliers on our current form. And the same way on our search for, I need to filter this one the same way. I would add here contact type, unselect this one, and add a criteria as supplier. So if I try to run this query, it would be just suppliers. Yeah, this is fine for now. Let's go back again to our last form and see how it works. Okay, now let's lock this order date. Why? Because I don't need the user to change it or make to make any change to this value. I want this value to be default value as the current date and time without any change. So order date, I will lock this one. Or if you can make it unlocked for now. Maybe we want to change the value for some reason. So if I open this one, it shows what? It shows values from purchase order here. And I have suppliers, supplier list here, and purchase. Okay, so in the same way, on the purchase order, the order type should be purchase all the times. So I don't need to show this one. I want it to work on the background on purchase value. I want it to be a default value as purchase, but I don't need to show this one to the user. So I can hide this field here because I don't need to show this one to the user. So from format, I will go to visible, I'll make it no. Then I will drag this one to the side here, as it will not appear, doesn't matter. Then I will make them next to each other this way. Okay. Now we have these two new forms here. We need to relate them together to make these buttons work. So first of all, I would copy the name of the first form from here, copy, Then go to the code page of the second form. From here I will go to purchase order, look for the previous form name, which is located on what? Here on close button. I have this form name. I will change this one as a new form name. So this one would be updated when I hit the close button. The same way, I would copy the other form name and use it on the first form. First form here. Yeah, it should be on add new button here and edit button. For edit button, I need to look for the record where not the product ID but the contact ID. But the order ID. I would look for the order ID value. So for the current form, I am on purchase order search. So this purchase order form has order ID values. So I would deal with order ID. I would copy this one here to the brackets. Okay. This is fine for now. Now let's try to use this one. When I open this one, I have just one record. If I try to edit this one, it should open this record. Fine. If we try to add a new record, yeah, it shows me the current date and time as a default value. And I want to show the other value here, which is hidden to you, and let you understand how it works. So for now, I will make it visible. To see it and make sure that it's working fine. Let's try one more time here. Add new. So when I hit add new, it's by default purchased, and this one, it has the current date and time. So here I will just select a new supplier. This is all what I need to change. So it will be saved as a new record. If I save this one, go back again, I should get one more value here, and it's already done. So we got another record here, which has a new order ID and the current date and time and the other supplier. So if we try to search this one, for example, by supplier, if I write down 2, it would show me just the second record. Yeah, this way. If I go back again and cancel that filter, it should show me all the records again. Yeah, just this way. Let's try, for example, order ID number 3. Search this one. Yeah, it works fine. Great. Go back again. Search for the time, the date, order date here. Let's try the first one to 9 2025. Shows no value, it's not working. We have some error here. Okay, we can change this one. Here we are, when we try to enter a date and search for it, it gives no records here because our date field has both date and time. So if we just enter a single part of this field, it's not gonna work because there is the exact value, the current value is not exist right now because I don't have this value right now. This is the same date, the same day, but it's not the same time. The current time that I'm looking for is 0 for now, 0 0. So here I have 9 hours, but here I have 0 hours. So they are not the same. So I need to look for the exact value of the date. I mean 9 15 25. This time it's gonna work. So if we don't need to write down the full time and date, we can change its code to something else that can work for any part of this field here. So I'm gonna go back here to my code. So I'm gonna change this one from date type to this one, which is looking for any part of the current field. So I can copy this one here and change it this one. So this time it's gonna look for any part of the written value. Let's try now. 5, make it like this. Yeah, it works fine. So this is great. This looks better from the previous one. So I can look for any part. And just I'm entering the month and the day, and it's working again, no problem here. So it's great for now. So we can search we can search for any part as we need. Okay, it's enough for today, guys. We have already explained so many details this time. So we will cover the rest parts on the next tutorials. So if you have any question about what we have explained till now, feel free to contact me. I'll be glad to support you about anything, any details you need. So see you next time.